And I see the queen. Tilt. You don't want to tilt this, but you can see her right there. You see how big she is?
Yep.
She's in.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella shit.
Hi there, everybody. This is Brent from Beekeeping in Paradise. Welcome. And Tim is back for another round of adventures. So in the last couple of episodes, I started mentoring Tim and Dave, who's not with us today. They want to become beekeepers, and we went through some hives. We went over to the bee yard, and we went through the hives for the very first time. So Tim got some experience with having hands on and bees on his hands. So that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed that video. But today we're going to do a follow-up. We made some observations during our first trip through the bee yard. And Tim, do you know why we're going to go through the bee yard today?
One, to check on the queen excluder we added to make sure all of the brood has moved down and that they're starting to build honey up in the top of the one strong hive. Okay. And then the other one, we knew last time we needed to add more space. We want to make sure that's still the correct procedure to do and that everything's moving along correctly.
That's really well said. That's correct. Out of the 3 hives, we have 2 nukes and 1 strong parent hive. The first nuke was a little on the weaker side. So what we're going to do in there is we're going to remove the 5 frames that have starter strips, because the colony is not strong enough, and there's not a strong enough nectar flow right now to have them draw out that wax and make drawn comb. So they're struggling, they're a little bit behind. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to pull off those 5 frames. We'll keep the 5 frame box there, and we'll put in 5 frames of drawn comb instead. So that'll give them a boost up, less work to do, and they can work on concentrating their efforts on bringing in nectar and pollen to store for the winter time. Our second hive was a fantastic wax producer. They drew so much wax and brought in so much honey so fast that they filled a 3rd box. So they're up to 15 frames, 3 boxes high, and the queen had actually moved into the 3rd box and started laying it up with brood.
Much to your chagrin.
I was very disappointed to see that. I was hoping she'd keep it down in the bottom 10 frames, but no, she moved up into the top 5.
But strong hive.
Yep. For that reason, I'm happy about it. They're a good, strong colony. They're building up. They're making wax. They're bringing in nectar, and they're healthy. They're doing really well, and I'm happy about that. But they completely built it up, and now we need to add space. So we're going to put another 5 frame box on there. Then on the 3rd colony, the one that is in a 10 frame configuration, we are going to check on the status of the honey, and we're going to give them some more space. We may move the honey up and put in a whole nother box underneath just to make sure that they still have space, and we're going to go down below and check on the brood situation in the bottom box. So you ready to suit up and
let's do it?
Do this? All right, let's do it. All right, time to suit up. Okay, we are back and we are in the bee yard. Me and Tim here. So we're going to go through the weaker of the 2 hives first. And this is the one where the last time we went through it, they had not built any wax in the top box. The bottom 2 boxes are fine. We had brood and honey stores down there, but in the top box, where I just gave them starter strips and very little drawn comb or full foundations of wax, they hadn't started to draw that out. Tim's excited. He wants to get in there and see what is going on, and I will be here to assist him. So, Tim, take it away.
All right.
All right, go ahead and give him a puff at the door. Just a little bit. You don't have to tell him, go crazy on him.
I want to go on this
All
side.
right. No reason to. They just pry off the top and give him a little puff under the door or under the lid. There you go. Now check out all of that ooey gooey sticky propolis right there. Isn't that neat? That is bee glue. It's called propolis, and propolis is a well, it's gathered by the bees separately. Most people know that they gather nectar and gather pollen and bring it back to the hive. But what they'll also do is they'll go to a tree that's oozing some sap, and they will grab that sap and put it on their legs just like they would pollen, and they bring it back and they fill in all the gaps between frames, under frames, and through any cracks, like the crack between the top box and the lid, or cracks between two boxes, and they seal out all the drafts. And that propolis has antimicrobial, antibacterial properties, and when the bees line their entire hive with it, it helps to keep them healthy. So it's medicine. All right, so just take a peek in this box.
Looks like this has comb.
Okay, pull out a frame or two and see if they've started to draw anything out. It has been about a week. There's not a lot of light here, but because we're under a canopy, but I can see down into these cells. It's shiny. They are bringing in nectar here, so this frame is okay, but it's but I think we need to check a couple more frames. So set that one to the side and just lean it up against your box there. Now I can see a lot more bees up here this time, so it's possible that they're working on this. We'll move to the next one, and this next one you want to be real. I already took a sneak peek. You want to be real slow and keep this one straight. Don't tilt it. There you go. Don't worry about a thing. The bees will let you know if you do something wrong. Okay, draw that one straight up. And this is cool. Look at that. They have found some more nectar. They have moved up. We've got more bees in the box. Oh, and I see the queen. Tilt. You don't want to tilt this, but you can see her right there. You see how big she is?
Yep.
She's immense. So she's up here. She's looking for a place to lay. There is nectar in these cells. My guess is that she's going to find some room on here and start laying it up. But wow, she is a monster. She's right in the center of the screen there. Okay, so we know where she's at. Let's go ahead and slide her back in gently.
It's funny she chose this one to be on.
The queens, every time I do this, it's amazing. The queens love new fresh wax. If they have a choice to lay in new fresh wax or old established comb, they will pick the new fresh wax every time.
Fair enough.
So I'm not surprised.
That was cool.
But yeah, that was a really neat experience.
Good surprise for the day.
Yeah.
Right by the door. That's a good place for it. Ooh, that one's getting nice and heavy.
All right. And on this side, we've got capped over honey. The rest of this frame is full. So we're not going to pull this whole box off. How's the other side look?
It's filling up. It doesn't see any cap though.
Nothing's capped, but it's getting full. Okay, well, we're not going to disturb them too much. We can close that up.
Do we want to pull out that empty one and put in drawn comb?
Exactly. You're catching on.
I'm trying.
Okay, so we'll put these back in the order that they were. Push that all the way to the wall. We'll
try not to get the crunch, that's all.
Yeah.
Careful with that one.
Yeah, our queen lives there, so.
That's cool. She was big.
She was immense, yeah. Okay, and now we'll pull out this frame. And, yep, just take that one out and remove it. And we'll put one of these in its place.
I'm just trying to shake the bees off.
They'll find their way home. Okay, now what we've got here, this is previously extracted honey comb, and it's already nice and thick. The bees, see how it's chewed up here a little bit? Those ragged cells will get polished, and the bees will repair those, and they will be ready to either for the queen to lay in these, or they can refill it with nectar real quick. But now we've just saved them a lot of time in giving them drawn comb instead of asking them to draw new. There you go. All right, time for this. Time for the top to go back on.
Yep.
We don't.
Do you want to check the other ones because we found the queen and everything?
We don't need to go down any further.
Yep.
We know the queen is doing well, and this one really wanted to make sure that they were developing, and they have decided to turn the corner. And
they did a lot in that week.
Yeah, it wasn't even a full week. About 6 days.
Monday to today, yeah.
So yeah, they're doing better. Okay. All right, and go ahead and pop the top.
Come on.
There you go. Don't be afraid of it. There we go. Okay. Put that there in case you need more. All right, just check under the lid, make sure your queen's not on there.
Yep.
And she is not. So this hive has been doing well with the wax. And you can see they got so into making wax, they even put some on top of the frames and tried to connect it to the lid. So that is your first indication that they are completely out of room. Okay, so we have another box, but let's go through here and see what we can see. Maybe we'll find the queen, maybe we'll see if there are any honey frames or anything that we need to move around. And on this first one, what you're trying to do is you want to separate your first frame, and at the same time you're pushing these frames towards the outside of the box to give you as much space as possible to lift and remove the first frame. So yeah, go ahead and give it a twist, and
these are still connected.
there you go. Lever it over, and you should be able to push these 4 frames over a little bit, unless it's just that summer sticky time and the propolis gets everywhere.
I almost need 2 of these. Oh yeah, I know. Come on, move. That is sticky. There we go.
Okay. I like what I see so far. Lots and lots
That is heavy.
of honey.
Not only is it sticky, it's very heavy. This entire side over here is capped.
It's completely capped?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Wow. All right, that is great. So now let's take a look at, you can turn that up on its end and set it off to the side. You can do what you did before and rest it inside the lid.
That seems like the easiest. That keeps it off the ground at least. Go on, Gross. Alrighty.
Now this next one, I took another sneak preview when I was over there looking at the honey, and I see a lot of babies.
Mm-hmm. Go.
Okay, and we have lots and lots of drone comb. Okay, humongous amount. There's a little bit of worker brood. Those are the ones that are flat, and see all the ones that are raised up outside the cells?
That look like bubble wrap, kind of.
Yep, those are all drones. Those are all boys.
Got a lot of that over here. You got a lot of that over here.
Go ahead and flip it, and same thing. There's some worker brood over here, and we've got mostly drone comb. Okay, so a couple of things. Drone comb is normal in naturally drawn wax that they've done from a starter strip because they've made the cells bigger in order to store honey. Then the queen came along and said, oh, you got some nice big cells here. Since they're oversized, I'll put some unfertilized eggs in and we'll make some drones. But now what we want to do is we want to make sure that that's not all we're getting, because if we only have drones, then there's a possibility that this hive has taken a turn for the worse. But we still have a good amount of worker brood over here.
So
There's more drone.
good mixture of drone and worker, it looks like.
Okay, and I'm looking for the queen. I don't see her on here, but there's also some dripping honey over there too. But okay, that we can put back, and we'll see. I see why it's dripping.
Where's that?
There's some because they ran out of room, they started to put wax wherever they could find room. Let's pull this one.
Yep. No, I'm just trying to scooch them over a little bit so I don't run out of space here.
And they built a lot of honeycomb between the frames, between the top of the next box and the bottom of this one.
That's why it's spongy when I put it down. I was curious about that. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm here. You see me.
Just a little reminder that they have better things to do, and give them a little smoke. Okay. Okay. A lot more worker brood.
Not a ton of
Not much in the way of drone brood on here.
not a ton of drone on this one. There's a lot of uncapped honey. Looks like.
Yep, on top, there's plenty. Okay, so it's a mix. What we got going on here is a mix. And
It's kind of what we
did you
want to
see
see
the
right
queen?
now. I have not yet.
No, okay. All right, well, we'll move on to the next one.
That's kind of what you want to see, right? Is a little bit of a mix of everything. Come on, girl. Out of the way. I don't want to squish you.
This is shaping up to be a real healthy looking colony. The numbers are increasing. They're pulling in food. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But because it was a split this year that I made in May, it's not looking like we're going to get much in the way of a honey crop from this one this year. But this is going to be a fantastic, if they make it through the winter. If they make it through the winter,
nice and heavy.
This is 100% capped on this side.
Same, or pretty much close to.
Okay, I would say that's at least 80%, 85% capped on this side, and I don't think there was ever any brood in there. I do think, wow, that's just a fantastic looking frame. Gorgeous. Okay, so if we wanted to, we could harvest 2 frames from here, but we'll come back and do that another time.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and put that one back, and let's go 1 box down. Hey, how you doing, Dad?
Hey. How's it going?
There's the master over there.
I don't know about a master.
Okay, scooch these over, and then put that first one in.
Go
on. All right, so we're in the bottom, and we're just gonna make sure that they haven't abandoned the bottom and that everything's still looking good down here. So far it appears that they are. Just gonna smoke them off the top of the frames.
Is that other one empty over there, or is that?
No, this one is full to the top now.
Another super on top of that one.
We're getting there. We're getting close. But I just put in some empty comb in this one. This one, I'm going to put another box on this one today.
Pretty light.
Very light. Okay, but we've got brood in it.
Almost nothing on this side. Almost nothing.
Okay, but there's some open brood on this side, worker brood.
This side shouldn't be enough because it's
next to the wall. So, okay, we'll set that one aside, and yeah, just a little bit. I don't see the queen, but set that one in your lid, and we'll look at the next box, or at the.
Turn that thing around so the less bees. There you go. That other narrow super that you got over there?
I got another box under here.
Well, you got one here?
Yeah. I'm just gonna put another 5 frame on it.
5 frame box you got?
Yeah. Okay. More worker brood. So, all right, that looks nice. How's it? What's on the other side?
Looks like worker.
All worker brood. Okay. This hive is doing fantastic. So they're covering all the frames, and they've worked their way all the way to the top. So we're gonna add 5 more frames to the top, and hopefully they'll fill those up with honey, and maybe we can get get them started for winter. And we don't need to go any further.
Okay.
Yep, we've seen what we need to see. We've got lots of brood, lots of bees, lots of food. Even more drones coming, so we're doing real well. I'm going to grab another battery. Here, we can smoke them off here. A little smoke. Now you can grab it. There's nobody on that side. So we got one more box to put on. So this one is an empty box so far. There you go. Tim's rocking it to make sure he doesn't squish too many bees.
I think I did it without a single fatality.
Okay. Then go ahead and grab 5 frames out of the extra box. I think you can, yeah, there you go. Okay, these are all 5 drawn out, so they can start cleaning those cells up and filling them up full of honey right away.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm having an issue with my box there. The box was a little bit warped. So okay, now it's all together. And now we can go check on the other, grab another battery and check on the last hive. Action. All right. We're back with Tim. This time we're at the main parent colony. This is the 10 frame. Give him a little puff of smoke at the door. Is anybody home? Yeah, they're home. Okay.
So now we're also going to find out if the queen's up top or not because we have the excluder in.
Right. Yeah. If we accidentally trapped her in the top,
Well,
then
no.
we're going to have a mess. But we should be okay. All right. You want to put your smoker down. Yeah. And because I don't use inner covers, you have to be inventive. Get up in there and pry it up. If I used the inner cover, that lid would just
There we go.
come off a lot easier. But then you'd have to pry the inner cover. So there's going to be some prying going on one way or the other.
crying or crying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, check the lid. Anybody, any extra large in there?
Doesn't
I
look
don't
like
think
it.
so. And look at there, not a single hive beetle. Knock on wood.
So I'm not going to knock on this one.
No. You set that beside you.
I'd put that right flat on the ground. That way, if you put a super,
Yep, we
then you
can.
put that super right on top. Any corner.
Keep a lookout. It's nice and sticky. Capped honey.
Okay, I got brood on this side.
Pretty good, huh?
Is that honey?
Honey and brood. Okay, so we had brood on this one, brood on this one. Okay, so we'll keep these moving over to this side. Let's see if we can find some honey in here. All honey, and it is capped. All honey, totally capped.
Well, they ain't got much brood then.
Just 2 frames so far. Okay, totally capped on that side. How is it on your side?
Capped and open.
Most of the way. Yep. So that's 2 full frames of honey. This is my favorite frame. This is my honeycomb frame. If the queen didn't find it and ruin it like she did on the other hive. Any brood?
Doesn't look like it, but I'll let you decide.
Okay, flip it over. Looks like we're still good. All honey. Okay,
Well,
that's foundationless.
No foundation.
No foundation in that one. I do want to keep my...
You didn't see the queen, though.
I haven't seen her yet. I'm trying to look. I'll go through a little bit closer.
If I were to guess, this is nectar.
Yeah, you don't see any larvae or eggs in there in the bottom?
Not that I can tell.
Okay, how about, let me see that other side. And, okay, it's all open. And, all right, looks good.
This is all honey.
Okay, nice patch of honey in the middle. Wow, that is packed and capped on that one.
Well, the only thing you do is
Empty. Nothing.
Totally empty. Okay, so we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of ripe honey, and these have a little bit of brood. And let's see, if we wanted to, we had 2 frames from one of the smaller hives, but I think they're going to need most of that. But okay, we'll grab this last one, I guess. And but okay, go ahead and separate your boxes. It's going to be sticky.
Do I go below or above the queen excluder?
Below.
Below?
Either way. Once you get 2 corners, you should be able to tilt and lift it.
well, just probably one side up.
There you
Pick that one side up and then it'll break.
There you go.
There you go.
Now
break.
it's lifted.
There you go.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Now when you set it down,
Yep,
just put
kitty
it on the
corner.
top kitty corner. And that way you don't squish the peas. Okay.
Just maybe.
Yeah, as many. Okay. So we can take a look in here, see if we've got any full honey frames and see if we've got fresh brood. I'd give them a little more, get them off those top bars. There you go. Now they're moving down. Nope, do a twist. There you go. There we go.
There we go.
There's our,
Got
there's our
brood.
brood.
You got
Yep.
much brood in it?
This one does, yeah. This side too. Oh yeah, open brood,
Okay.
sealed brood, nectar around the outside, and don't see the queen, but
She's out of where
she's
it's
close.
supposed to be.
Yep. Let's look at one more frame
Sure.
and see if we can get a little closer to her and if there's we can spot any eggs. Little patch of brood.
Same little patch of brood over here.
Anything open?
A lot of open, so I'm just not
No, but I
sure.
mean,
oh, I can't.
open larva?
I can't see just because I'm in
There's
the shade.
a little bit of open larva and some nectar and some sealed brood. Looks like it's been emerging. And okay, this go a little bit further.
That one's split. That's not on there well.
It's okay, the bees will glue it back together.
Already started to. Ugh. Hate when they fly at my face and then I remember I have a veil on. This is the one I'm on, isn't it? Alright, you need to chill out. Crazy how the smoke just instantly chills them.
Okay. There's a whole bunch of babies. Any open brood on your side?
I have a hard time telling still.
The open brood looks like worms.
Yeah,
you can see down and see little milky worms, like over here, right on that edge. Then, like right in here. Those worms are.
I see
larvae.
them now. They're very hard to see sometimes.
Yeah, if they're small. Okay, so we got a lot of brood. That's I see the next frame over that we skipped one. It is a full sheet of brood in there. So we're in good shape. We'll just go ahead and put it back together. Okay, and just one at a time, scooch those closer together.
So stinking sticky.
Well, you get patient there, you jump in your car and take a nice ride and keep a hold of that steering wheel. That stickiness will come off.
Don't listen to him.
Huh?
Don't listen to him.
It'll be on your steering wheel.
Yeah. And then the next time you get, make sure it's your work truck.
Oh no.
The company vehicle.
This frame fits very strange.
Yeah, that is.
Can't get it to.
You have to push on it, or you might have to scooch it back. Move more to the outside. I think it fits over there.
Out this way?
Yeah. Or we can. There's nothing on that one. I think it was an empty one. We can just pull it out and just substitute it. All right, just all right. Here's a little trick for you. Grab the frame with two hands under the ears. There you go. Shake hard. There you go.
Oh man, you gotta show them who's boss. You gotta
give them hell. Okay.
Get them me.
They are mad at me now. Yeah.
There you go. Now we'll just replace that one. Drawn comb. That's a nice one.
As long as you got it.
Yeah.
You lay eggs.
Fall honey will be coming in pretty soon. Okay, so now we can grab that other top box with the queen excluder attached. Smoke these down a little bit. They'll go back in.
Is that pretty heavy?
So really we're looking at 7 out of 9 frames in that one that are almost full, completely full of honey. Okay, so we'll take this one, put it over here, and you've got this frame, so scooch those over, take up your space, but leave a, because this is a 9 frame box, just leave a little bit of space, a little gap between.
Like that.
They make a tool that's a 9 frame spacer, but I haven't found it necessary to own one.
Well, when you're doing 100 hives, then it's necessary.
Yeah. And this one's got some weight to it. Put this one
right here.
Yeah, put it right.
Okay. There you go. That's as good as it's gonna get. All right, we'll put another super on there, and worst that can happen is we have to move some frames around. And I think there's 9 in that one too, so.
10.
Oh, there's 10 in there? Okay. That's fine. Okay, now time for the lid, and we can say goodbye. Okay, well, I appreciate the help today, Tim.
Oh, it's a blast.
Thank you very much.
I enjoy it.
So, I'd say I'd call that a success. We went through the 2 nucleus colonies.
That one's doing really well now.
We have good news in one, that they've been building up their wax and putting away food. The other one has been doing so well, we had to put on a 4th box. So they're up to 20 frames, and that is real encouraging. This main colony is still doing, it's still thriving.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of bees and a lot of good things happening in there. We just don't have a full super of honey yet, but we've got about 6 to 7 frames that are almost ready. 5 that are completely ready. Another 2 need a little bit more time, and a couple frames in there don't have much in them yet at all. So we're getting there, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. We got to do it on God's time, not on our time. So when they're ready, we'll be ready. All right, thank you. Be kind, be safe, and God bless. Anything to say? You want to say goodbye, Tim?
Bye, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again on Beekeeping in Paradise.